Media. After Ukrainian drone attack on Novatek, Moscow shifts air defenses from frontline to rear areas.
Here's a summary of the article.
Following a drone attack by Ukraine's security service on Russian gas giant Novatek's terminal in the Baltic seaport of Ust-Luga, tankers nearby moved far out to sea with their loading disrupted, Ukrainian outlet NV reported, citing its sources. Russians are forced to redeploy even more air defense systems from the front to protect the rear areas. The Ust-Luga port is a key node in Russia's energy export system, including a gas processing plant and major port for shipping petroleum products abroad. The targeted terminal is one of the newest and most important in Russia. It works on exports but also supplies fuel for Russian troops. This SBU attack caused significant material but also reputational damage to Russia. The vaunted Russian air defenses have shown their porousness, an NV source said. On the night of the 21st of January, explosions and fire broke out at the Ust-Luga port near St. Petersburg. The flames engulfed a terminal owned by Novatek, one of the world's largest private natural gas producers. Ukrainska Pravda reported, citing SBU sources, that it was a Ukrainian drone attack. This is why our small, cost-effective team depends on the support of readers like you to deliver timely news, quality analysis, and on-the-ground reports about Russia's war against Ukraine and Ukraine's struggle to build a democratic society.
This post received a score of 9,600, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Strategically, forcing Russia to pull air defenses back from the front lines is a big plus for Ukraine. It leaves their troops and supply lines even more vulnerable.
About time for some F-16s.
What time is it? Same it has always been. Time for F-16.
F-16, Ukraine.
It's an old code, but it checks out.
By directly limiting revenue to fund the war, I believe that attacking Russian oil is the best course of action.
Also, countries that still import Russian oil will get to experience shortages.
And those billions of rupees Russia has amassed are pretty much useless outside of India. Although I suppose they could go to the fairy fountain to upgrade their armor, if they also have enough amber and or bokoblin horns.
Back in my day, she screamed at you, gave you a magical ability and screamed some more. I think it may be why I like loud red heads as an adult.
Also pretty sure she was naked underneath those vines.
I mean, we are all naked under our clothes.
Tobias F. NKE enters chat. There are dozens of us. Dozens.
They stopped going full Fortunate Son and instead began to target their leadership and oil infrastructure in Special Forces operations. In less than a year, IS have lost all vehicles to transport any oil they produced and have lost ability to recruit other numbers of recruits and weaponry. Wonder if it's the new strategy here as well, and what effects it may have on global supply. It may make world's countries that it's better to help Ukraine in order to make them stop attacking cheap Russian oil than it is helping Russia to stop Ukraine from attacking their fuel station.
Life is cheap in Russia, so hit them where it really hurts them, their profits.
Reminds me of Star Trek Ferengi quote, never insult Ferengi's mother. Insult something he cares about? We can change it to, never threaten Russian lives. Threaten something they care about?
Which is quite a weird quote considering both Quark and Rom, especially Rom, really loved their Mugi even after she made profit.
Quark and Rom were always extraordinary for Ferengi. I believe it was more cultural thing than individual. Remember the time the tax collector was shocked to see Mugi in clothes, and they were going to execute her for making so much profit. Rom have made incredible progress as great Negus in such short time.
Honestly, when Armin Shimerman came in with the intent of doing for the Ferengi what Michael Dorn did for the Klingons really goes to show how important a dedicated actor is.
Without those two actors, those two races remain the first impression caricatures. Many of the races on Star Trek remain after their first contact episode. This is not a critique of Star Trek or their writing of alien races. Just the fact that such a thing as an intricate POV of a whole alien race takes time and great effort to make more than just first impressions.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes. And any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.